world.
But they swim the fastest and use the most power when propelling their nearly 10,000-pound bodies all the way up and out of the water.
Killer whales are highly social animals with a well-defined social structure. An orthopod is always led by a female. Though just half the size of a male counterpart, she is in charge. It's all about attitude, not size. Because they live and work as a group, orcas need to communicate with sound and body language. Orcas use clicks for echolocation or navigation. Whistles to socialize in the pod. And calls for group coordination and hunting. Vocal development studies here at SeaWorld show that early on, calves learn vocalization from their mothers. But as they grow, they learn from others close to them as well. It's members of the dolphin family. Whales here and in the wild use vocalization to communicate all the time.
Like all animals, killer whales can use body language as a form of communication. Pectoral slaps can be used at the surface to show dominance and to get noticed. For example, a mother could use a pec slap to get the attention of her calf. But when they really want to be heard, they reach. Spy hopping is a way for killer whales to coordinate and get a better view of their
Killer whales work together to rear their young, protect their pod, and most importantly, pursue and catch their prey. Every day they cooperate to survive in the wild oceans of the world. The orca's hunting techniques are as varied as the whales themselves. Norwegian killer whales will circle herring, herding them together. The whales use sounds to coordinate with each other and to disorient the herring. With the fish confused and contained, the whales stun them with their powerful tail flukes, making for an easy meal.
Watch as orca comes to demonstrate a very similar behavior. Antarctic orcas will actually create waves that wash over floating ice, knocking unsuspecting seals right into the water. Watch as Makani comes to demonstrate a very similar wave-making technique, showing off the many impressive and complex hunting abilities that killer whales have developed all over the world. Crashing in front of you, but you truly can't imagine the amount of water displaced until you've experienced it for yourself. Luckily enough today, my two very brave friends, Maya and Dakota, have volunteered to experience the power of the killer whale tail. What do you think, guys? You ready? Come on down. You'll be fine. Okay, remember what we talked about. You're gonna have a seat. Awesome. Hold on to the handlebar. So one of my friends was saying that the tighter you hold, the warmer the water will be. So hold on nice and tight for that. Let's see if that trick works. I don't know. You guys ready? You guys gotta look up for a picture. Smile! It's no surprise that they eat all types of prey, including other whales. Now the blue whale that you see on the screen behind me is the largest animal on Earth. It is 5 times longer and 50 times heavier than a killer whale. So how is it a whale the size of any of ours in this pod can take on a whale that size out in the wild? Well, it's all possible because killer whales are the ultimate team player.
In this example, we see the larger male orcas surround a sperm whale, forming a perimeter, while the females continue to drive the whale forward until it reaches exhaustion. The calves then move in to join the adults in the group. Whatever their prey, killer whales always cooperate and hunt together, making them a highly successful predator.
Important part of everyday life for killer whales. It's how they teach their young whales to hunt and develop their skills as they grow. Killer whales spend tons of time showing their playful side, both out in the wild and every single day here at SeaWorld. and will often rub their bellies on rocks when they can. We see our whales demonstrating the same behavior, just like the whales in British Columbia. You'll often see whales imitate each other in the wild. We see here at SeaWorld every day. The whales are constantly mimicking and learning from one another. Playful behavior does have its purpose. In the wild, the killer whale could use a tail whip as a stunning technique to stun fish. But today, I think these whales are going to be stunning all of us. Now we interact with these amazing animals every day, which has allowed us to build trusted relationships to help provide optimal healthcare, research, and quality of life. All 9 of these animals take a huge role in their own health and well-being. For example, we can ask them to present their tail flukes, as you can see Kalia practicing with Delaney. This is a way for us to obtain a voluntary blood sample from the main vein that runs through their flukes. We can even ask them to slide out onto a scale, as you can see Orchid doing in the video on the screen. We weigh the whales once a week to make sure that the youngsters are growing properly and that the adults are maintaining a healthy weight. We can even ask them for a breath sample from their blowhole, and all of this is possible due to the amazing relationships that we built here at SeaWorld. Now everybody, I'd like to take a moment to introduce you all to a very to his giant size, he is a cuddle bug. He loves learning new behaviors and spending lots of time with his behaviorists. His favorite treat on a daily basis are going to be giant ice cubes that are about the size of a cantaloupe. Now we challenge these whales each and every day to engage and stimulate their mind. Diet, exercise, and tons of play all keep these amazing animals in such great shape.
The whales here at SeaWorld have helped killer whales in the wild by participating in many research studies. One ongoing study monitors the whale's heart rate and breathing to understand how marine noise pollution from ship engines and other sources affect wild populations. In another study, scientists from NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, took measurements of the killer whales living here, including pregnant whales. By comparing these measurements with drone footage of killer whales in the wild, scientists are able to monitor the wild population's nutritional and reproductive status. Other research has been done here at SeaWorld on the mother whale's build composition. This research will help create an effective model to understand how toxins in the ocean impact wild killer whales and their milk supply. What we learn from the whales in our care every day is actively helping whales in the wild survive. And just by being here today, you've supported our rescue, research, and conservation efforts all around the world. If we work together, like the killer whale, we can protect the future of the Osiris orca and this beautiful planet that we all share.
Enjoy the rest of your day here at SeaWorld.
Stay गरिरहेछ तिनीहरूले तपाईहरुलाई यो वेलको सोच चाहिँ कस्तो लाग्यो प्लिज तल कमेन्ट गर्नु होला अब अरु के सोच छ त्यो पनि म तपाईहरुलाई देखाउँछु यो भिडियो चाहिँ लास्टसम्म हेर्नु होला है
Ladies and gentlemen, for your safety and the safety of our other guests, we kindly ask that you refrain from climbing over the seats. Please use the stairs and aisleways to exit the